went to bed like that, my husband would call the cops. Like, he would be like, what is this creature inside my bed? Because it's an insane look.
Someone said even in sleep, we're not allowed to just be.
Right.
So true.
I think the biggest challenge is clean, and the ingredients have incredible nutritional value.
My boyfriend said he was taking the birth control pill.
He's like, don't worry, I'm on the pill.
Warm the baby's bottle
In plastic.
in plastic or microwave.
Uh-oh.
So frustrating is with all the prenatals, they're always like, okay, make sure that there's no folic acid. We all want to have folate in our prenatals.
But it's a big problem. The body grows from the inside out on a spiritual, emotional, and physical level. So we need to really be focusing on that.
Hello and welcome to Celluverse. We are so excited to have you guys here today. My name is Alana Keneally, and we are joined by Dr. Keneally,
Hello, everyone.
the one and only, and Jess Donovan.
Hello.
And yeah, we talk about health every single day. We write about it. We're in it. We live it. And we're excited to let you guys in on the conversation and hear what we really think about what is going on in the health wellness world and just life in general. Okay, well, it feels like a Saturday, but it's Sunday. Every day feels like Saturday when you're living the best life. What did you guys do this weekend?
Well, working out, massage, hiking to the beach, relaxing, recharge.
Jessica.
I mean, similar, but I was chasing two boys. We went to a concert this weekend, which was really fun. It's always really challenging taking small children to a concert because you're holding them the entire time, but we had a lot of fun. It was good.
It's good for them to experience that.
Yeah, they were super into it.
Yeah, well, I just got landed here. California just has such a fun energy. Like, even when I land, I'm like, oh, I love this place.
We're so back.
We're so back. I love California. I love the vibes, the palm trees. But yeah, I did wake up. I went to bed at like 12:30. I woke up at 4 a.m. But that's life. It's okay.
Rock and roll, babe.
That's called rock and roll. Okay, well, there's been so much going on in the health and wellness world. So that we're going to jump off with this week in health, all the biggest news stories that have been going on in the health world. And we've just got a lot on the docket today. So one of the biggest things is a new formula brand has been launched. And formula brands take like 9 years to develop because they have to get like FDA
Approval.
Yeah, like organization. I'm not exactly sure the certification they go through, but it's a lot. Oh yeah, it's like a whole thing with the FDA. So this, I guess it took like 9 years to develop, and now we have a new clean, in quotes it says in here, because what does that mean really? Baby formula. So this is fun.
Well, I think it's a great idea because I know over the years, lots of people have asked me, okay, what can we do as an alternative to conventional baby formulas? So when I grew up, my mother used to always quote Adele Davis, and she had a book called Let's Have Healthy Children. And so I always give them kind of guidelines in that book. And I know that Weston Price Foundation also has some great guidelines to make your own baby formula because let's face it, not every woman can nurse, although every woman should try to nurse, but it's not always possible. And I think women are busy today. They may not be completely available to pump and nurse, so I think we have to have some alternatives. And I think the biggest challenge is clean, and the ingredients have incredible nutritional value. When we think about like adding probiotics, molasses, nutritional yeast, maybe different things to really enrich. I use a formula called, it's basically the outside of the rice, which is like, as you know, the peel is always where the nutrients are. So I use that to fortify my patients when they are underweight. So I think we need to have something alternative.
But if you formula fed me, I'd be so upset. Like I'm 31 and I'd be like, I'd still hold it. I'd have a grudge against you.
Yeah, but life isn't perfect.
Not
And so
kidding.
you just have to have backup plans for things, for all different kind of circumstances.
Yeah.
And I just think being mindful. And then I read that a lot of the formulas, all of them have heavy metals in them.
This one might.
And so we would know until we did an analysis to see, because heavy metals are ubiquitous now.
Yeah. What about you, Jess? Are you buying Nara Organics?
I'm not, because I was looking at the ingredients and they use folic acid. And to be FDA approved, you have to have folic acid in your formula. There's one formula that's like from Europe that uses like it's folate, but it's like I can't think of what the exact ingredient is. It's not like pure by any means, but it's at least not folic acid. And that's the thing that's so frustrating, is with all the prenatals, they're always like, okay, make sure that there's no folic acid, it's folate. We all want to have folate in our prenatals.
Yeah.
And then they go, okay, but actually we have this clean baby formula now, and just give your baby folic acid and it's totally fine. Which is really upsetting to me. It
Yeah.
kind of starts these
Why
babies
do they do that in these formulas?
because you need to have folate as an ingredient, but the FDA doesn't
Interesting.
approve that.
Right. Well, and also, ideally, you want to have a natural version of everything as opposed to synthetic versions, because you're missing so many cofactors when you have synthetic ingredients. So always the real thing is always better than a manufactured substance.
Yeah, and what is the fourth ingredient on this? Like rapeseed?
Yes, I think so. They have a vegetable oil blend, sunflower, coconut, rapeseed, and sunflower again. 2 sunflowers. They listed different types of sunflower oils. So, I mean, and that comes from the myth about essential fatty acids,
Right.
because the breast milk naturally doesn't have a lot of EFAs. Forget the whole deal there, but they basically, that's why they think they need to add it into the breast milk, when really it's like just the body does everything perfectly, you
Right.
know?
Yeah. And they also always add iron, which is like kind of silly, because like breast milk's known for having such low amounts of iron. So there's specific formulas out there that are like extra iron.
Yeah, and that's the
That's the thing.
problem. The unbound iron, that's like so sketchy. It's crazy because iron accumulates, we don't have a way of detoxing iron other than menstrual cycle. Like, we don't have the enzymes that do it, which is different. Iron's such a unique element. So you've got to be careful about iron accumulation, because it sits in your tissues.
Right. And especially in this day and
oxidizes.
time,
Yeah.
because people have much more iron accumulation because their liver's not working.
And they're eating a lot of fortified iron.
Foods, right. And so you got to be careful about. That's why when we have a multivitamin, it doesn't have iron.
Yeah.
So,
No.
but it's a big problem. The medical extreme form of that is hemochromatosis, where you overstore iron, and those people have a genetic predisposition, but as long as they know it, they can manage it. But people today, when I see is fatty liver is like 35-40%, maybe higher in people, so that means they bioaccumulate because their liver is inefficient.
Well, we'll see what happens to that company. These companies do well, though, because they go through that.
Well, I
It's
think
better than
everyone.
what's out there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
right, and it's also like people today. I think not everyone, but a lot of people are looking for a product that is as pure as possibly can get.
It's just under like false pretenses, though, because like we don't know if we need to add like high levels of DHA.
Right.
Like,
Well, and I would
claimed.
create an experience that you make it yourself at home.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I would do, because like your love and your energy goes into that production. And I would encourage people to really like study it themselves, because it's not that complicated to look up now today and find out and make their own and get creative. So that's what I have told people to do over the years.
Yeah, I feel like parents should also do, like, a taste test of being like, Does this formula taste good to you?" Because I don't know an adult that's willing to try their formula that they're giving their baby.
That's not good. If you're gonna give it to your baby, you should definitely feel
You should
comfortable
be
trying it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, you enjoy 6 ounces of this and
Right.
cold. Like, not everyone wants to warm it up. I'm like, breast milk's usually warm, but it takes that extra, step to
Yes, and
warm.
don't warm the baby's bottle
In plastic.
in plastic or microwave.
Uh-oh.
You should just do boiling water, warm water, and or you can have those warmers, but do not microwave and do not
Plastic.
store in
Well, it's
plastic. I always use glass bottles.
Yeah, and then all, like, the baby sanitation towers, like, they're crazy and so high tech now, but you're putting a plastic bottle in this, like, crazy hot thing.
What are the sanitation? Oh, they like sanitize it.
Mhm. Yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah, so
the baby product, you know,
industry.
is
Yeah.
insane.
Something else.
Yes, you just need to be mindful of
Mhm.
what indirect and direct effects.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so next on the list, the new Skims Ultimate Face Innovation. They came out with what is this? Like a face compressor that like wraps around your neck and your chin and your face in the name of, face innovation, it says. The new Skims Ultimate Face Innovation. And this is to sculpt your jaw.
Mhm.
I've never 2025 is crazy. Like the trends that are coming out of 2025. What?
Well, like, when you see on, like, TikTok or, like, Instagram of these people doing their I don't even know what it's called, like, is it unmasking? But it's like they take their hair bonnet off, and then they take off, like, their 5 face masks that they're wearing, and then their mouth tape, and then their, like, castor oil pack, and it's like, some of these are good things, and it's not like it's all bad, but I'm like, if I went to bed like that, my husband would call the cops. Like, he would be like, "What is this creature inside my bed?" Because it's an insane look, and it's like, you probably don't need to do all of that, like, but for vanity purposes.
Well, I think also I I looked it up and I was like, whoa. I mean, this is like quite a bit of constriction to the body.
Yeah.
And we know that anything tight, we women wear the tight jeans and the tight this and the tight lingerie, etc. And it's just not good for our lymphatic circulation and our blood circulation. I mean, people don't realize your blood circulation delivers oxygen and nutrients, and the lymph is 4 times greater than the blood circulation. So you're really constricting, especially at night when it's a time of repair, restoration, and regeneration. It's time for calmness, it's peacefulness. And here we are constricting our face. First of all of the body grows from the inside out on a spiritual, emotional, and physical level. So we need to really be focusing on that more.
Yeah, and I wake up and I have like a layer of sebum that's been like detoxed out of me every single morning.
Right.
And so I wouldn't want like it to be constricted in any way. Like
Yeah, you want that to come out.
yeah. I have my metabolic rate must be so high because I wake up like layer of sebum. I have to shower every morning.
Well, yes, you're young, so you have, supposedly ideal hormonal production, right? And metabolism, and your cells are in a very, active,
Yeah.
productive, which is good, which is great.
Yeah, so
That's normal.
I mean, I guess though if this really works though, if it makes your neck snatched, like they are sold out online. So
Well, but you also have to think about your hormones. Are your hormones balanced? Hormones play a big role in skin. Your emotional status plays a role. Stress plays a role, because if you have high cortisol, your body is in a catabolic state. Then the nutrients, like it's better, like what nutrients help our skin, right? So you think about silica, you think about collagen, ideally from broth. Bone broth is the better way to have collagen. Although it's convenient to have collagen, and the other ingredient, hyaluronic acid. So having hyaluronic acid, which we normally have, but as we age, our production of hyaluronic acid is much less. And we have hyaluronic acid everywhere, in our eyes, our joints, our skin, and everything. So I think that utilizing, this contraption, so to speak, is not the ideal way to, create homeostasis and beauty in the body. This is
Someone said even in sleep, we're not allowed to just be.
right.
So true.
I think Kim was probably inspired by her mom's recent facelift because it does look like the bandages you wear after your facelift. Chris looks great.
Yeah, but talk about the
That's so true.
side effects of having
Oh, yeah.
facelift.
100%.
Okay, you're disturbing the lymphatic, the blood circulation, not to mention the scars that are going to block the acupuncture meridians. I mean, there's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah.
And so I think we need to be thinking sleep is our restorative, regenerative, reparative, and let it be.
And don't make your husband think like you're being really weird. Like, will he want to sleep with you when he wakes up and you look like Hannibal?
Yeah.
He's just be like, no, we're getting separate rooms. I'm terrified. I'd be scared.
Oh, my kids come in my bed in the middle of the night. If they saw me wearing that,
Here we go. What?
night terrors.
More scary than like a burglar, honestly.
Yeah.
Is your mom dressed like Hannibal while she goes to bed? That's not the loving vibe.
No, they
we're
want to see my
setting up.
full face.
Yeah.
Like mouse tape is hard to wear in the middle of the night. Like I went through a phase where I was like wearing it regularly, and Lucky actually liked wearing mouth tape as well. But when Frankie, who's my youngest, when he would wake up in the middle of the night, like if I couldn't talk to him, it was like a huge issue. So I can't really mouth tape with my kids.
I've never done mouth taping because I naturally keep my mouth closed. I trust I'm that kind of person.
Yeah.
I'm above it.
Well, when you're young, you should have the nervous system and the musculature
strength
to keep your
Mom, on the other hand, I've seen you with your mouth open.
yes.
It's-
So I do mouth tape
Mhm.
at night, and because I've noticed myself, I'll wake up with a dry mouth. But I wasn't always like that, so I think it's part of a little bit of the
Really
aging process. Yes,
interesting.
yes, because I never did it. I never had the problem before.
Yeah.
It's only turned since 60 plus.
Oh,
Really in the last couple of years.
My kids are pretty good about having their mouth shut in the middle of the night. Like when they would fall asleep on me as babies, I would always press underneath right here to make sure that the tongue would touch the roof of their mouth. And now Lucky, if he'll call people mouth breathers, I'm like, you can't say that. But it's like
Play on the playground.
But naturally, people sleep with their mouth closed.
they should.
They should. Sometimes people don't, though.
Right.
A lot of people don't.
Well, and it also could be in the developmental stages of the baby when their mouth is not properly developed, because Weston Price went all over the world to study how the teeth in the mouth and the jaw was created, and really has a lot to do with their nutritional status. So I know when I started going to dental conferences that they shared with the medical doctors, I was shocked to hear the dentist talk about this. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is something. So you should naturally develop without having to have all these interventions, even braces. If your nutritional status and all of your circadian rhythm life is good, you should be developing normally. But I know I've seen extreme and heard extreme cases where people have not had that, and they've developed very serious situations in development.
Yeah. Well, anyways, we won't be buying one, but if it works, maybe. If they have good before and afters, they might get me with a Facebook ad or something. I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I don't have a boyfriend, so
It's safe.
yeah, guys, it's fine if I don't.
You can experiment and try.
Yeah, I'll experiment while you guys.
You just
guys-
age gracefully.
Until I have a husband, I'm gonna probably do it. Get all that given said. Okay, so next on the docket, this is kind of in line with the Nara Organics formula thing, but scientists have now created the first male birth control pill without side effects, which I don't know how they can claim that, but because no shortcut doesn't have side effects. But yeah, it's a pill that men are maybe going to be given at some point, that they supposed to prevent pregnancy, I guess. There's only 2 FDA-approved male birth controls right now, condoms and vasectomies, which, like, those had to be FDA approved, doesn't those, like, I don't know, wearing a
Well,
condom?
that's going through studies,
Oh,
and
I see.
it looks pretty promising, and they're not ready to launch or anything, but it does look pretty promising. It says it doesn't affect hormones, it doesn't affect any aspect of the male function or hormonal production or anything. So I thought, wow. And once they discontinued it, things went back to normal. So, meaning the flow of sperm and functionality. So I was like, wow, okay, well, there's never been really anything great other than women taking birth control pills or women doing other methods of birth control. So I thought, okay, this seems like something might be workable and viable, but as with everything, there's a price to pay. And so I think as the studies come out more and more, and then once lots of people try it, they will be revealing to us what is the downside.
Yeah, but, like, I feel like with birth control, like, the men that are most likely to have, like, deal with accidental pregnancies, are they going to take a pill every single day?
No.
Like,
Yeah, who's the target for this?
like, if I'm not putting Sean's vitamins out for him, he will not take them.
That's very true.
So it's like, who maybe if you're in a relationship with someone putting your pills out for you, but, like, who's gonna be doing that? I don't think
Well,
that
there is a small percentage of men who are very, very good about their self-care, right?
Yes.
But it's very
But
small.
they're also, like, using like, measures to not get pregnant, I would
Right.
say.
Yeah, so
So,
And I just don't believe that so it says here they're targeting receptors on the sperm, and sperm cells are just so delicate because a lot of the sperm, like parts of the sperm don't have mitochondria. So you don't have a backup method of making energy. You can only burn energy through glycolysis with sperm. For certain parts of it, like parts of the actual like sperm just don't have mitochondria. So you can only burn energy in certain ways without mitochondria. So it just adds like this level of delicate to the whole system, like sperm. You just don't want to mess with them because there's no backup method of making energy. Whereas like same thing with like the brain, right? There's no backup. That's why glioblastoma is like so deadly, is because it only can burn energy in like very singular ways because fat doesn't cross the blood-brain barrier. But same thing with sperm, since they don't have mitochondria, you have to be really careful. And this is targeting actual sperm receptors. So,
right. So like I
and it
said,
would be
there's a price to pay, and we'll see as things unfold. It's like anything. I remember years ago, the drug reps would come by and they go, "Oh my God, we have this great new drug for blood pressure or whatever it is. It's no side effects, da 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 da. The few side effects you may see are this, this, and this. And then when you start using it, oh my goodness, the patients are calling. This happened, that happened, and so forth." So I think, and if you look at the physician's desk reference, which is the description of the drug with all of its possible side effects, there will be side effects. So can the man, handle all the side
if
effects?
my boyfriend said he was taking the birth control pill, I would literally,
he's like, "Don't worry, I'm on the pill."
I would walk out the door. I'd be so scared of that type of man.
That's actually how the pill works, where there's no damage to the male, is because they just tell them that they're on the pill, and
No, literally. Like, the type of guy that would take a pill doesn't even have a girlfriend. They don't need them because that type of guy can't get a girlfriend if you're actually considering taking this pill.
yeah.
That is so bizarre. I just can't even imagine any of my guy friends being like, "Yeah, I'm on the pill."
Well, I think it's a new thought process, and we have to look at everything and help when needed, and as long as there's not a
Mom,
tremendous downside.
we have a fertility crisis.
Yes, well,
We
I
we
agree
do
with
not
that.
need to focus energy here.
I agree, but at the same time, we also have to be practical and think about there may be people that may need this, and so but I don't want it. I don't think it should be the go-to, like you say. First of all, people aren't having babies. Number one, number two, infertility for males and females is very, very, low.
Looking good.
It's not looking good at all, and we
Science aren't
need
great.
to have procreation. But at the same time, we have to take each situation and look at it. And the thing is, look, what is it going to do long term to these guys? Or is it going to increase their infertility? So we don't know that either.
Yeah, and it's also just like women can get pregnant about like 6 days out of the month. If you're lucky, you could get pregnant 6 days out of the month. So it's like
Right.
maybe there's just more education that needs to
Yeah.
happen where people understand how to get pregnant, how to prevent pregnancies, how to like take ownership over your body. Like that if you know, have sex, the baby will come sometimes if you're lucky. Like but like take that ownership versus being like I need to make sure I take this pill
Yeah.
so that a baby doesn't come. I don't want a baby. And so then every single day for 5 years of your life, you say, I'm taking this pill because I don't want a baby. And then what does that do energetically when you're ready to have a baby?
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then everybody's looking for the easy, quick fix.
Yeah.
Of course.
So they're like, oh my gosh, I've been worried for so many years about not getting someone pregnant. And like now I can't get someone pregnant.
Well, and look at the ramifications of the female birth control pills, okay? They rolled those out, and people still, even today, do not give the patient informed consent
No.
about how this birth control pill may affect you. So,
Yeah, and to be clear, like women, we don't want women to be on birth control. No, in my city, if I was the dictator, we would abolish the drug. Like we wouldn't have birth control.
Well, I mean, I think you should take control over the births that you don't want to have. Like,
Yeah.
just there's so much power in knowing how to make a baby or not make a baby. So
And
just like
why are you having intimacy with someone that you don't want to even have a baby with?
that's like a bigger question.
That's the thing behind the thing, you know?
Not everyone's ready for that conversation.
right.
You know, like what are we doing here? Just, you know, be ready to have a baby with someone that you actually are interested in.
Yeah, I think that's like the most attractive thing in like the opposite sex is like that person looks really fertile. You know, like that's like the best compliment you could give someone. Like you look fertile. You look like you could have a baby at any moment. Like
Yeah. Also, I just want to say if you are considering this as a man, like your testosterone levels are already pretty low. And
so you don't actually have to worry about
you're worrying about the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So,
But I think there are a lot of women out there that are like, I've had the pressure on me for so many years to like take
Mhm.
birth control and look what it's done to my body. It's the men's turn. And you're like, why do you want butt to happen to the men now?
Yeah. What did we say? Loser on loser crime.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, and I don't know, with the technology we have today with like the ovulation sticks and then the Aura ring, it is pretty good on like knowing your ovulation window.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It is. If women have regular menstrual cycles. Not every woman
Yeah,
has
that's true.
regular menstrual cycles. So.
Yeah, it's another
Tricky
one.
out there. I heard of someone that got pregnant. I think she was 3 weeks postpartum, and she like decided to give it a go really early after having a baby, and she got pregnant. And yeah. And she was like,
Yeah.
what? How did that even happen? But like, she didn't have a period yet. She wasn't like technically I mean, she was, I guess, ovulating, but like she had no idea because there was, so much happening. And
Yeah,
yeah, and she got pregnant.
that's so crazy. Well,
That baby was ready.
that baby willed itself.
Yeah, they wanted to be a twin and they got left behind. So they're like, let's go.
That's so crazy. That's so exciting. Yeah, so anyways, we'll see if this actually comes out, you know. I feel like this kind of stuff, like you see a news story and then it doesn't hit the market for like 17 years. But
Well, it takes a long time to bring a drug to market.
totally, it's really expensive.
Lots of money, lots of time, lots of testing.
Yeah.
In the meantime, people can self-monitor.
Yeah, and also try to like just want to have babies. I don't know. I feel like Elon Musk is the only one that cares about the looming fertility crisis. I care about it, but it's just me and Elon basically. At this point, no one cares.
Yeah, I mean, I think
No,
he's
other
had
people
enough babies.
They're also saying to have babies, so.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, do you guys want to do more news stories or should we switch to the topic? Maybe to about the topic?
I say topic.
Does someone have a new book out?
Yes, new book. Yes, Cancer Revolution updated and revised.
Second.
As we know, science is changing as we speak. And so I wanted to update the book. The first book was written back in 2000. Well, end of 2018, and here we are in 2025. And in the span of 7 years, lots of things are different. And so in the book, I talk about all the new updated testing. In fact, I was sent from one of my mentors who is retired now, but he goes, "Oh, have you heard of this new testing, liquid biopsy for cancer?" And I was like, "Oh, I thought I heard of a lot." But anyway, I had to go research a new one. So there's all kinds of, because cancer is about 1 in 2 people, liquid biopsies are kind of becoming more prevalent. But it not only talks about,
Wait, explain exactly what a liquid biopsy
so is a liquid biopsy is a blood test that you can do to see if cancer may be present in the body. And so a lot of these testing have somewhere between 90-95% accuracy. So of course, I never use one test to tell if someone has cancer. And so I use a variety of information to know, and that's what I talk in my book, because the cure for cancer is prevention. And we have a very good ironclad way to prevent cancer. In fact, a lot of our people come in just for prevention of disease. And so, but the other patients, they've been diagnosed with cancer. So this is like, so if you've been diagnosed with cancer, how are you going to follow the patient? So this talks about new blood testing, for example, Signatera.
Which, from your first edition to your second edition, like, which tests were no longer relevant? Was it
Well,
like
I used
you
to
didn't
use
feel they
something
were
called Cancer Profile,
Okay.
which was an amazing test that looked at quantitative HCG, which is a hormone of pregnancy and malignancy, DHEA, liver function, but it had a very unique blood test called PHI, phosphohexoisomerase, which indicated anaerobic metabolism. So we know from Otto Warburg that cancer is a hypoxic acidic environment. And so that test is no longer available, so I had to take that out.
Why did you think it's no longer available? If it was
Because
so
they
good?
couldn't get the reagent for the PHI. So, and
was
I
that?
know the lab contacted me. I scoured literally the universe, talked to so many people to try to preserve this particular test. And I think it'll probably come back. I'll just, like, some things just, they die and then they resurrect themselves. So I think, but it was incredible, valuable test looking for anaerobic metabolism. And then there's several labs. There's the Greek test called RGCC, but there's also a lab called Datar from India.
Why is the RGCC mostly available in Greece?
Well, it's not mostly available in Greece. It's available all over the world.
So, but you use the lab in Greece.
Yes, it's Switzerland and Greece.
What is it better than the one in America?
Well, there's no really good liquid biopsy available in America yet that I know of. There is one called Cell Search, but it's not accurate at all.
And when you do the liquid biopsy, you literally take the blood in a vial and then
Mhm.
you ship it to the lab.
We ship it to the
Is
lab.
it like you ship it on ice or something?
Yeah, there's a whole packaging that
Mm-hmm.
we do.
And
And
it scans for cancer cells.
yes. Well, there's 2 tests. One's called OncoDeclare, which looks at DNA aberrations. And then the other test is looking at circulating tumor cells and what cancer it most likely identifies with. It's called OncoTrace. So it will pick up melanoma, kidney, breast, prostate, and kidney cancer. So it'll identify it. So if the OncoDeclare was positive, then I would order the OncoTrace. So
So
this
you
is
updated all the tests and all
the test. And then I also put in a big chapter on the immune system, because with any chronic disease, the immune system reigns. So people don't realize that we have to address the immune system. And what is very damaged in a patient with cancer is their immune system, because obviously the communication is lost, because you have this innate intelligent immune system with the thymus and the B cells, the T cells, and the microbiome and everything. So I go into detail about the immune system.
and colonics,
Oh.
Jess's favorite topic.
Just colonic girl over here. She's our resident colonic.
So colonics, just so anyway,
Therapy.
that it talks about is it's a way of cleaning out the colon. So it's been around something for a very, very long time. And it's something I used to do in my office, but we needed the space for other things, so we got rid of it.
Would it be weird if we got a colonic together?
No.
No.
There's at the place that I get a colonic, there's, like, a special chair, and you can sit in there, have friends and just
Oh, how fun, guys.
Uh-huh.
We're community colonic. Okay.
Exactly, and be like, "This is what's going on inside of me. This is why this is the cortisol leaving my body."
Right. Well, it's not something to do all the time. It's something that you would possibly do occasionally. In this day and time, our world is unfortunately incredibly toxic. So purification needs to be part of everyone's daily living is purification. So
What was the one thing on the book that you were most excited to update for people to have?
I think the frequency chapter
Mm-hmm.
on voltage of the body, like people always focus on blood work and they focus on scans, but we actually have to focus on energy to the cell, and our body's being robbed of energy every single day. So all of our magical membranes have minus 70 millivolts of energy. And so we're being robbed of energy because of nutritional deficiencies, heavy metals, toxins, stress, microorganisms, EMFs. They're just drowning the battery. And so we need to recharge. And an easy way to recharge every day is be in nature and ground yourself. And so, of course, we do have sophisticated things in our clinic to recharge you because our patients are way, way, way very sick. And so their voltage is very low. So, and also if you've had surgery or you've had tattoos, you block the voltage to your body because when you do it, when you have a scar blocks the acupuncture meridians and flow of energy. So we are all about recharging, re-energizing the cell. So when you,
Energy's life.
yes, energy is life. And so we have, everyone talks today now about the mitochondria. One of my mentors talked about the mitochondria. And they're the energy powerhouses of the cell. We have them, but we're constantly now being polluted on a regular basis with toxicity. And so we need to be aware so I always say self-care is the new healthcare. And so this is a book that empowers you and educates you and inspires you to be your best version possible.
Excited to read it. Any questions, Jess, about this updated version? Buy it on Amazon.
I know, I'm excited to read it.
Yeah, the first one everyone loved, so now we get the updated new version. Everyone can go find it on Amazon or Barnes & Noble.
Right. Barnes and Noble, all the book options are available. So
Cool.
in fact, one of my patients told me they were sold out on Amazon the first week. So
Wow.
so that was good.
Miss Popular.
Yes.
Miss Celebrity. Okay, now we are going to take some house calls. So let's see what people are asking.
Hi, my name is Courtney, and my question has to do with hormones and how that affects breast cancer risk. Long story short, a good friend of mine had a stillborn and is no longer able to carry, and we are pursuing a surrogacy journey with me caring for her. I have some family history of breast cancer, including my mom. So I know that I'm at an increased risk as is. But I was diving into the hormones that you have to take in order to prep um, for implantation and the anti-rejection drugs and progesterone and estrogen. And I was wondering how much, if any, can that affect my risk for breast cancer in the future. I've tried to do some research, and everything for the most part has said that there's no evidence linking the two.
Thank you, Courtney. That's what a journey you're embarking on.
The studies don't clearly say that increases risk of cancer, but I think every individual is an original, and I think you have to look at your own individual assessment of the risk of cancer. And I think taking the proper precautions, I think if you did a couple of months, that it's probably not going to be the end of the world.
Yeah.
But also, I think recalibrating your hormones, looking at them before, during, after, and recalibrate them. And also do probably a detoxification of the medications.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's such a short amount of time you're on the medication, but never, you never know how someone will react if it's sending someone over the edge, on their borders of like what is healthy, then potentially, but it is a short amount of time. So there's that. But, you are getting put on estrogen, you're getting put on Clomid, progesterone.
Well, and these
Yes.
stimulating hormones. There's several very stimulating hormones for the ovaries to mass produce eggs. So it's not just the estrogen and the progesterone. It's all of the other
Yeah, the cocktail.
cocktail of medications that women get on. So
Yeah.
it can be quite dramatic for the body to go through. So
Totally.
but there is a place for this.
Yeah,
So
totally.
Yeah, and it's like maybe the like energetics of the sacrifice that she's doing. She'll be blessed.
Yeah.
right.
Totally. We are praying for you, Courtney, on your journey.
Right.
Okay, we'll just do one more maybe. Someone said, I have a question about migraines. I'm 41. I've had them for 10 years and they are hormonal. They always appear during my period. I get sunlight, work out. I take bioidentical progesterone from after ovulation until period, but these migraines won't go away. What causes them and how to combat? Well, oh my gosh, first of all, migraines are like the most painful. Like I feel for people that have migraines. This is like your brain, It's like such an important place for things to be going wrong. So I'm like,
Right. And when you have a migraine, you feel bad all over.
Yeah, it's hard to function.
And you really have to go, a lot of these migraine sufferers have to go in a dark room and just really get themselves together because it's so life impacting. But I do think that if you really examine, this woman says that definitely is hormone related. So she is taking progesterone. I would definitely be taking magnesium to relax the smooth muscle wall. And also I tell patients to put progesterone cream on their temples. That also may be helpful. Also, there's an herb called feverfew that I have used also to help. The key is to prevent the migraine, not treat the migraine. So I would do
like a huge exploration too into what they're eating. Like a lot of times people think they're eating right and they're not. It's so nuanced, like eating. So I've written a lot on like what to eat so people can
and also doing food allergy testing.
Yeah, they're
So-
eating something.
So I
allergic
think
to.
if they are eating something that reacts violently, then and I do see a lot of food allergies today because the gut's not healthy.
Right.
And it could be like histamines too.
Yeah.
Because like that's
Take an
so
antihistamine.
hormonal.
Right.
Also try aspirin. I had a headache one time and it literally went away. in
It's just
seconds.
a little small dose.
Just
you
a
don't
little
need
small
You don't need a lot.
Yeah, for aspirin. Or you can look into the antihistamines or something like that.
But even antihistamines, why are you having histamine
I know
release?
it's not root cause,
Okay.
but like it's
We have to
painful.
look
Like
at
where
everything.
her cycle is.
Yeah.
She said ovulation. So
Ovulation, and when you're ovulating, that's when your histamine.
yeah, estrogen and histamines, are the highest when you're ovulating.
So and if you don't, instead of take natural antihistamines as opposed to taking
Yeah,
over
or just
the
like
counter, because
looking.
people just pop Zyrtec or Allegra.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
like,
never
it's
take
amazing.
that.
Like, what? Why are you taking that? That's destroying your brain. So
You could at 41 too. At that point, you could consider taking the progesterone daily, like going up on the dose.
but it sounds like she's through ovulation through her period, so she could take progesterone all during
better.
that time, and she should try every form of progesterone to see what's going to work
What
best.
works, or if you need to go higher, there's no toxic dose, so you might need to go higher.
Right.
If it's during that ovulation surge, it's pretty clear that it's stimulated by estrogen, which does have a lot of effect on the brain nerves.
Right.
So, anyways, we're praying for you. All right. Thanks, Anna, for sending that question in. Well, this was another episode of Celluverse. We're so excited to see you guys next time. Bye.
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 Celluverse is the podcast where we get real about what's making us sick and what it actually takes to get better. Hosted by Alana Keneally, Jess Donovan, and Dr. Lee Aaron Keneally, this show pulls back the curtain on mitochondria, metabolism, hormones, toxins, cancer, and all the stuff your doctor shrugs off. We dig into the science, but also the lived experience of what it means to be healthy in today's world.
Just a reminder, anything discussed on this podcast is not medical advice.
And nothing can actually harm you if you're pure of heart.